Hi guys, well welcome back to Allotment Diggers. It's absolutely boiling. It's about 25 degrees here at the moment, 25C, up 70 odd. Middle of the day. Sunglasses. I've got the canopy up here to give me some shelter, and here I am in my shirt. I did have my t-shirt on earlier. You wouldn't have recognised me. But yeah, we've got a few clips to show you today. Been doing a lot of potting on, a lot of planting, a lot of sowing, and I'm going to show you 4 clips of what we've been doing right now. So while I'm drinking this coffee, check the clips out and we'll be right back. Well, here we are again, potting, planting some chilies and peppers on. I've got these little pots here, these are them, and what we're going to do, we're going to plant some of them peppers and chilies, some aborinos, and what are these ones? These are some coloured spectrum, with sweet pepper. What I'm going to do, I'm going to save a bit of time by mixing some of this clover multi-purpose, put it into these pots, and then we'll come straight back and I'll show you me putting 1 or 2 of them in. That's what we're going to do right now, so let me fill these up and we'll be right back. Well, you join me putting my compost, my clover multi-purpose compost, into these pots for me chilies. I've only got a couple more to do. There you go, there's one more, one left to do now. So as you know, we're using this clover multi-purpose. Use this all the time. It's pretty good stuff. So, I say I've got 12 chilies here. All I've got to do now is basically squeeze the pot. They're a bit dry, but the root system seems to be fine, and it's just a matter of sitting them into the pots. There's number 1. They're just starting to get a bit pot bound, but that'd be perfect. That. Once I've had a good watering in, these will fly away. Like I say, these are sweet peppers. Some of them are sweet peppers, some of them are carry-on. These are going in my front greenhouse. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna, I can hear someone coming over, and what they'll do, they'll ruin the video. So I'm just gonna put the camera on pause, and we'll come back when we've done it all, and I'll show you them all done. So there we go. We just potted some coloured spectrum and some sweet fritillo of them. There you are, they're the 2. They're what we've grown from seed. And actually I've got a load more which I'm going to give away, but these ones we're going to keep, and we're going to give them a good watering now, and then they're going to into the front greenhouse once we cleared the table. Perhaps I should have cleared the table before I'd done these, but hey ho, it's just one of them things, isn't it? But as you can see, we've got 12 of them there. plus the ones, all the different varieties we've got in the middle greenhouse. So we've got quite a few chilies, and the ones at home. Anyway, let's get the water out and give them a good watering. So there we go, they've all had a good watering. Now I need to get them into the greenhouse. Hey guys, what you see here in the middle of this wigwam is a butternut squash, and I'm going to shove it in here now. I've got two, one either for each wigwam, and we're just going to let it run wild in amongst the corn and everywhere else in this bed. That's if it takes. It's a bit, the leaves are a bit yellow. However, I've made a solution up with some Epsom salts. So when I put this in the ground in a moment, I'm just going to water it in with some Epsom salts. It should pick it up right up. So here we go. I've already done the hole. Just a matter of pushing it in, backfilling it over, and giving it a good drink of Epsom salts. There we go. If that doesn't get it on its way, I don't know what will. But as you can see, the leaves are a bit yellow. So we're just taking a chance basically. We'll have to just wait and see what happens. I'm going to do the other one now on the other side. Well guys, I'm up for a challenge here. A friend of mine, Lindsay, she's going to try and grow giant pumpkin this year, and well, she just sent me a seed here. We've all got one, and this one is a really nice juicy fat one. This is an Atlantic giant pumpkin. So what I'm going to do, give it a good watering in. By the way, we're using clover multi-purpose compost, nothing else in there, just clover. And what we'll do now, we'll just keep an eye on that. There's the label, Atlantic Giant. And bring it on, Lindsay, because that's the lass who's just given me this. So hopefully we'll get to see some germination in the next few days. And yeah, then it's game on. So watch this space. This is my Lancet Giant. Well guys, I've got some of these Socrates F1 on the left, and some Meloni on the right. They're like a striped cucumber. These are more of a fatter cucumber. You get 12 of these seeds, you only get 6 of these. So I'm just going to put these in here now, because the last lot, well, we won't really pay much attention with them, and they're not done very well. So I'll just poke them in the holes. There we go, get them in. The same with this one. I'm just gonna, I only need a couple. They shouldn't take too long to fire up. Oops, hang on, I've got the camera. I'm using me. I've got one hand doing this and the other one holding me phone, and yeah, I've got the light shining, sun shining through here and through the window, and it's not very clever. Anyway, using clover multi-purpose. Tap water, and basically just give them a good soaking. Don't need to put them under any cold frame, any propagators. It's like summer here. And basically that's it really. We've just got the labels on them there and there. Just going to leave these here for the time being. I only need 2. As soon as I see 2 of them, they go straight into pots, and in fact I'll probably do about 4 or 5 of them. I'll give the rest of them away if they need come up more, and what I need come up, as you always do. But yeah, we just put them into these here. I've got hundreds of these packs, so I thought, what the hell, see if they come up. These melony, we've actually got one that's germinated. That ain't that's a weed. There's only one germinated of the melony, and we might be in for some success with this Atlantic giant. We've actually got it, it's actually started to grow. See what happens next couple of weeks. If it gets any better, bigger, we could be onto a winner. But other than that, we wait with bated breath. Now let's show you these others, what cucumbers that have actually germinated. The Socrates, we planted 6 of them. Let's see how many we've got. They're out here. There they are. So we got 3 of them. And what we're going to do is transplant them into these pots here. And hopefully they'll do really well, these. Very healthy. So anyway, we're going to have at it. We might plant this a little bit deeper. It looks a bit leggy, that one. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, the result is we got 3 out of 6 with these Socrates F1 cucumbers. So that's what we're putting in. It didn't take them long for them roots to form. It's only taken them just over a week and a bit. About 9 days. I'm going to plant them a little bit deeper. So there we go, there's the first. I will give them a bit of a water in a bit, but what we will do, I'll put labels in so we know what they are. So I'm going to continue doing the other 2 and we'll be right back. So there we go guys, out of 6 of these Socrates F1s, 3 have germinated, so 50% have germinated. And they look healthy enough. Now these are going to go into the front greenhouse for the time being until they get a little bit bigger. And we'll shift them around so we've got somewhere to put them anyway. One of the melons in the melon in the greenhouse is not doing very well, so I might stick one of these in the middle greenhouse. We wait with bated breath, but I'm going to get these into the greenhouse before we lose them. It's pretty windy as you can see. So what we're looking at here are some Zabroon banana shallots. As you can see, they're quite tall, and there's several per station. And well, I've got a bit of a space here at the end of where the celery is, so I'm going to stick them in 2 rows. And they don't have to grow massive, but you know, they will grow pretty big. And where I'm going to stick them, they should do fine. But I do need to get these out now. Everything in the greenhouse has to come out. So we're going to have at it and we're going to put them in. I'm going to show you where we're going to put them right now. So let's swing the camera around and show you. So as you can see here, this is my measuring board. And I'm going to put them every 6 inches, like I would with normal onions. And they should do okay. I'll put 2 rows, one either side. And so that's what we're going to do. If I do need any more, I've actually got another tray of these Zabroon banana shallots. So you know, I've got enough to do at least 2 rows anyway. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to throw a few in now, so let's get my shovel, my little spade, that thing there on the floor which I broke the bloody handle on it today. But we're going to have at it and get it all done right now. Don't even need the trowel. I can just do it with my fingers. That's easy enough, isn't it? There must be 3 or 4 there, but like I say, they are a shallot, so they should grow okay. I've every confidence they will. So anyway, less of the talking and more of the planting, eh? You know, that's what they look like. Look really good then. And I never needed a trowel to do it, and I brought a trowel with me, but hey ho. There's one there, there's a gap there, I'll stick it in there. Like I say, they're all pick up, they're all stand to attention in a couple of days. At the moment they're just leaning down, but as soon as they get the legs they'll be up. All I've got to do now, just lift the board out gently, and that's it. Job's a good one. So there you go, we've got two lines of Zabroon banana shallots in there now. There's probably 4 or 5 in some clumps together. You know, they normally grow really big, but I mean they still grow quite big close together, and I haven't got a problem with that. But yeah, we just got a couple of rows in. They're a bit limp at the moment, but they will pick up once they get the air and they start to put out roots in the soil. They'll all stand to attention and they'll look pretty good. But at the moment they look a bit sorry for themselves. However, give it a few days and you'll see a difference in these. I might do another couple of rows somewhere else of these as well, because I have actually got another tray in the greenhouse. So wait and see. So would you believe it, them plants that you see me planting, the chilies, we got some chilies identical the same here in this coal frame. Now we left the chilies in the front greenhouse there. You're going to see the difference between the two of them in a minute when I take you on a tour. They doubled in size. They're twice as big as the ones in this frame here. It's crazy. But everything in that greenhouse, or in both the greenhouses, have just they're just taken off, and you'll get to see all that in a bit. We've got a bit of a competition going on the allotments with who can grow the biggest pumpkin. Now I didn't have I wanted an Lancet giant, and I couldn't get hold of one. Anyway, Lindsay, she gave me one seed to actually to try and get one of these Lancet giant plants. Anyway, you see me plant it in the video, and well, I can tell you now, it did germinate, and it's a lot bigger than it was. It's not, I mean, it's only a few days since it's germinated, but you know, it's getting there. And well, I have a cunning plan, and I'm going to be putting that into my compost bin, and I'm going to set my IVC water tank up with a pipe on it, and I'm going to drip feed it, and hopefully we'll get another one of these giant pumpkins that I grew a few years ago. That pumpkin, by the way, that ended up in an Halloween party. It was the centrepiece, and yeah, it was over £100 in weight. It was pretty big. So I don't know if I'm going to get anywhere close to that. In fact, this might even die before we come to get anything off it. So it's just fingers crossed with it, really, and hope and pray that it throws a pumpkin out for us to actually use. Anyway, I'm going to take you on the tour now. I'm going to show you around the plot and show you all the beautiful flowers that are coming up, and tell you a bit about what we're going to be doing in the next episode as we're going round on the plot. So let's take you out there now and show you what it looks like in the greenhouses as well. Well guys, they're saying it's 23 degrees today, but it's more like 27, and we've got a 4 mile an hour westerly wind blowing. That's about 4 mile an hour. I've actually looked at it. It's not moving very much, but that's what it's like. But as you can see, there's a few little tiny clouds in the sky, but pretty much it's clear. Humidity is quite high. Anyway, I'm going to take you down onto my plot and show you around and show you how everything's doing. These are my hanging baskets, as you can see, all the way along here and down there. The lobelia and geraniums all the way along. These lilies are doing well. These have all come up in the week. These are beautiful lilies. Look at these ones there. It's worth getting rid of them lily beetles as well. If you see a lily beetle, get them off. Otherwise, they devastate them. Here's another one. Another yellow one here. This one's going to look good. This sort of purplish one. The zinnias, well, they're all coming up. I'm not too impressed with them zinnias. They look okay. I mean, you got white ones, you got sort of goldish ones. There is some red ones and purple ones over there, all different colours. But I thought they was bigger than that, so yeah, a bit disappointed. Next year, I want some bigger plants, you know, bigger flowers. So we'll have to do these even thicker, put them closer together next year. Well, that's the intention. We just picked all the strawberries. I've been eating them for fun. There's a lot of runners there, so we're going to be sticking some pots into here. I'll show you how I make me compost for the runners. I use horse manure and this clover multi-purpose, so I make it like a slurry. I'll show you when I get round to doing it. But yeah, this is the front part. That's my umbrella where I'm normally in the shade, although it's been quite warm today. Here's some more beautiful lilies. These look absolutely awesome. We have been hammering these gooseberries here. These gooseberries are really nice. Look at these lilies here. Well, we'll get round to them in a minute. Some more beautiful lilies there. The sedum, that won't be long before it starts flowering. The poppies, the wind's devastated all my beautiful poppies. Some dahlias coming up here. There's one dahlia. There's another one just there. And there's some more of them zinnias just down here. Again, that's a black currant. This is me astilbe, and this is what I really like. I really could need more of this stuff. It's absolutely awesome. It's beautiful. You walk straight down the path. You just rub against it. Here's some more of them zinnias. You can see the runners there. You can see the shadow. Whoa. We took a lot of these off here, although they're not very big this time round, but next time round I'm sure these red currants will be absolutely awesome. we've been hammering these raspberries. In fact, let's go for some of the big ones. Look at these ones here, guys. I've got my glasses on, so I can't tell which ones are the dark ones and which ones are the light ones. Yeah, these ones look dark. There you go, I can see. Take a couple of them. Just quickly test them. Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to leave here. But as you can see, all these raspberries, they go all the way along. I started to pull that tree up, then I need a strap to pull it to where I've put a pole. I used my knocking in stick to drive it through. There's a pot, the actual apple is inside a pot. However, the roots have pushed their way through the pot now and in the ground, so what I need to do is pull this over. I'll show you me doing that again. There's not much in here at the moment except for a few strawberries, but I'm going to clear all this out, and then what I'm going to do is put strawberries into this bed, into this here. I'm going to use this for strawberries, I think. These are the calandria, some more chilies there. Now, right, see them chilies what are inside there? Now, the ones we potted the other day are the same as. Now, come and have a look at these. Are you ready for a shock? So we're coming into the there's some more still be there. Some more geraniums. So you can see there's tomatoes all over these, and there's grapes, and it's like a jungle. These grapes here, there they are. So the ones what are in that cold frame are the same ones as what's there, and they're the ones what you see me planting out in the start of the video. That was only about 5 days ago with that. Got the loquat over there, which is doing well. Then all these chilies, you see these, what with these, not the chilies, these cucumbers, what we did in the last episode. Look at them, flowers everywhere. Here's another one here. This is the other one what we planted in there. And this is the thing what's going to win me a pumpkin competition, hopefully. And this is the Atlantic Giant, and once it gets a little bit bigger, it's going straight into my compost bin. That I'm going to put a water hose from my IVC, and I'm going to trickle water onto it. Hopefully we'll get a massive pumpkin like we had a few years back. But yeah, the chilies are doing wonderful, and the tomatoes, well, they're absolutely awesome. But the grapes are just taking over everywhere. You go right down the centre and right down the side here, but they're not really doing any damage to the tomatoes. I did take the tops off them to stop them growing, but it's a bloody nightmare. And right at the very end there is on the bloody walls of Angkor, what I can't think what they call now. Little white flower, jasmine. What I've got to do to get there. But yeah, that's the front greenhouse. Anyway, let's come out of here, walk underneath me umbrella. Some I forget what that rose is there, but we've got quite a lot of roses. Here's all my dahlias are coming up here. Again, everywhere you look at these here. Oh, do you see that, guys? It fell off in my hands. All these are all dahlias. They will come over the top of these eventually. These here are currants. There's more currants everywhere you look. There's currants. We've been having a bash at these. So the bloody birds by looking at it. But yeah, there's quite a few on there, so I don't mind giving the birds a few. These lilies are doing awesome. There's another beautiful lily there. Rhubarb's starting to pick up a bit. In amongst the rhubarb, I've got these raspberries, not raspberries, gooseberries. They're a tree, and they sit above the rhubarb here. That there's a peach. I keep trying to get peaches, but the bloody squirrels, they nail it every time they take them. But swinging across here, This is my arch, this is a rose. I forget what the rose is called now, but I'll put it up just here, it'll flash up just here. But it's absolutely awesome. It took about 4 years for that rose to do what it's doing. Again, we've got this is Cosmos. It's not the Cosmos that I wanted to grow. It's not as tall as the one that I wanted to grow. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like. There's it's flowering just over here. These are all currants, roses, and there's a few poppies in amongst that lot. Yeah, these are the Cosmos, and it's not the one I wanted. The one what I was after is that it's a white flower and it grows about 1 metre or so high. But that'll do for me. It's a beautiful little flower. As you can see, there's more Cosmos there, roses. When you dead edge your roses, guys, you get more flowers. So just remember that. Well, you can't really see, but if you look over there, see if I can zoom into it. Some more lilies, some yellow ones and some orange ones, absolutely beautiful. They're on the table and there's a load of different flowers on there. All these are all different summer flowers, they'll be coming up shortly. A few apples on this one here. I don't know if you can see them. But there are apples everywhere, all different varieties of apples. This is golden oregano, mint, there's some bloody sorrel. The sunflowers are doing okay in these planters, they're starting to get a bit bigger. Anyway, let's back out of here, let's go into this greenhouse here now. Well, I'm going to stand at the door because it's just too hot. So, actually they've reached the bloody top. That is incredible. Now, you've seen the video we put up about a week or so ago. And look at them. Some of them are doing better than others, but others are bush tomatoes. These are plum tomatoes. So, but these ones here, the Crimson Crush, look at them, they're like tree trunks. And what you got to keep taking these side shoots out, these suckers, otherwise it'll grow even thicker. Here's I think this cucumber is the Telegraph F1. You can see the chilies there, chilies and there's peppers. We had a whitefly on here, and that bottle there, it's got 2 little drops of washing up liquid. We filled the bottle to the top, we give it a good shake, and then we sprayed them lightly. We did two sprayings 5 days apart, and it's cleared all the whitefly off. So don't spray it every day, but spray it once and don't put too much on it, otherwise all the leaves will die. We've got some celery what we just sowed there, a few cabbage what needs to go out. So these are all chilies and peppers. There's some lettuces there that need to go out. In fact, I need to put a couple of them lettuce in that bed over there because 2 of them have for some reason have died. These are the garlic. Now, I don't think they're going to do particularly well. They died back now, but we're going to lift them out in the next episodes. You'll see me doing that. We'll lift these out. Whether they're any good or not, I don't know. Thermidor, Germidor, Marco. Just here, these shallots need lifting out as well. I don't know how I'm going to lift them out yet. You can leave them for a week or 2. But we will be lifting the onions. This here is chard. These are them elephant garlic what Nigel sent me. We will be lifting these out shortly. Probably in about a week and a half's time. Lettuces in here. We've got let's see. Oh, and about my bloody net then. We've got Radicchio, we've got Little Gem. What are these ones? Little Gem, cos lettuce. The cos are on this end. Radicchio in the middle, and the Little Gem there, the purple ones. And I do need to replace them up there because something's had them. I can't tell you what, but something's had them anyway. And we'll just put some new ones in there. These are my main crop potatoes. They're the first earlies. We'll be doing a few reveals there as well. This is me sweet corn, and as you can see, these are the wigwams, and we've put these squashes in here, one either side. We only just put them in and they're there. Whether they come good or not, I don't know, but we give them a drink of oh God, Epsom salt, so that might pick them up. These are the Zabroon banana shallots. They've all stood up now. This is celery. There's my first dahlias of the year outside to flower. They're a small added variety. I forget the name of these ones, but they are beautiful. Oh look, we got some more jasmine. Oh, that was a bloody good one, wasn't it? The bloody head fell off it. I do see, believe it or not, that's a thistle going in amongst me lemon balm. This is lemon balm. That thing there, which is inside the pond, is yellow flag iris. Now these are me lucifer, and they're just starting to flower now. You probably notice all the apples on these trees here. It's absolutely black with apples. These are Bramleys, and these are the best baking apple in the world. You'll never make better apple pies unless you use this stuff here. They're absolutely awesome, and they're everywhere. These are the onions. I'm going to take a couple of these. Oh, Red Admiral. That's interesting. Just seen a Red Admiral. I'll tell you what I did see. A brimstone, yellow brimstone butterfly the other day. Not seen one of them in 25 years. But we're going to lift a couple of these onions out. In fact, oh, let's get in here now. That one I do. And go on, go for that one as well. So we're going to take them for, they're not very big, but they're going to go make me cheese and bacon later, so I'll leave them on there and we'll continue the tour. Like I say, these are the wigwams with the enormous runner beans climbing up them. That one, they're nearly at the top. These ones, for some reason, they're not as tall, but they'll catch up. These are my dahlias. Now someone's just asked me about these dahlias, the dimensions. Now they're in a 30 litre pot, some of them in 30 litre pots, and some are in 40 litre pots. Now the dimensions there, that's to me it's something like 70 by 100, the mesh. That's what they are, and it's 500i, and I would say, without putting a tape on it, it's about 1.2 metres, so it's 1.2 metres by 500i, and then what you do, you tie them out as you saw me doing in the last episode, and yeah, these they see how the leaves are coming through now. This one's got a little bit bigger since you last seen it, but we've actually got some flowers on them, and these flowers will be supported by these. These are brilliant, and I can actually take these and move them around the plot. So when I see a space what hasn't got no colour in it, I can just take one of these and put it where I want it. So they're absolutely awesome to do that. But I think they're the best thing I've made this year on here then. And we just use the cable ties just to keep them from moving about, and they're fixed to the buckets as well. But you don't need to put you don't need these in the buckets. You could just make these and then put some poles between them and stick them in the ground with your dahlias what are outside, and they give them support. These are my leeks, mussel butter leeks. I do need to lift. I'm going to lift this net up off these now. And as you can see, they're all stood up to attention. I did tell you they would do. Moving along, there's some more Zabroon banana shallots. We threw a few more rows in here. These are ball cabbage, and they're collies. Just behind them, like I say, is the first earlies. The chickens just behind them, and yeah, that's basically the plot in its entirety. You've got some celeriac here. This needs to come out. This bed is full of weeds because the net's on them, but won't forget them onions. We'll go and grab them in a bit. But yeah, these trees are absolutely smashed with apples, all Bramleys, so I'll be giving a lot of them to the food banks. We got a couple of food banks on the allotments people who do the food banks, so some of the stuff what doesn't get used we can give them. Again, this is rhubarb here. There's another one of these lilies, absolutely beautiful. You can see all the red currants. Oh, red admiral. Is that red admiral? Hang on. Or is it a tortoise shell? I think. Ah, you little bugger, he's closed his wings. Hang on, let's zoom in on him. Ah, oh, big bloody. Right, I can't really make him out. I'm blind as a bat, so it's either a tortoise shell or a red admiral. And he just bloody flew past me. You little bugger. Ah. Oh, I'm not chasing butterflies. I used to do that years ago when I was a kid. So, if you got to see it, what do you think it was? Leave a comment. Again, we got just here, we've got some carnations there, but we've got more zinnias all the way around here. There's a few lupins there. These are all gladiolas. All these what you see around here, around the outsides, are all gladiolas. They ain't even come up yet. Again. Oh, now this is a cosmos. This is a different variety. And we've got the lobelia here, more lobelia, more cosmos here, lobelia and geraniums here, and these are the golden delicious apples. What I need to do is pull this to that pole. This is a pole here. I need to get a strap, and I'm going to pull it and then screw it to that pole, and it'll lift the apple tree straight. It's took a long time to get to nurse this thing back to health. That what you see there isn't the main stem. The main stem got snapped off down there a few years back in the strong winds. It was absolutely laden with golden delicious apples, and I was absolutely gutted. I come on and found it snapped on the floor, so we've nursed it back to health. I will pull it to that pole I'll show me doing it in the next episode. Again, everywhere you look you can see raspberries, so I'm going to collect some of these before I go. Not that they're going to make it home. Look at them, they're everywhere. You know what, I'm going to have a few more of these in a minute. So that's what the plot's looking like, guys, and hopefully you're going to see lots more colour here shortly, and there'll be some beautiful flowers coming up. So with that, that's where we end this one. Let's get back sat down and have a nice cup of coffee. So as you saw there, the chilies in the front greenhouse are doubled the size of the ones in this coal frame here. I might turn this coal frame into a strawberry bed. I don't know yet. I'm toying with the idea. The middle greenhouse, them tomatoes have trebled in size. I can't believe it. They're actually hitting the roof on some of them. Them ones what Nigel gave us, the seeds, the Crimson Crush, they're more like bloody tree trunks and out else. A very sturdy plant, and yeah, they're doing okay, as is everything else. We had a bit of a problem with whitefly in that greenhouse, but I mixed a mixture of 2 drops of washing up liquid in that demister that you saw, and I lightly sprayed all the plants which were affected, and then I left it for 5 days and sprayed it again, and it just killed a lot of them. So you don't spray it every day, and you don't plaster it all over, because all what you do if you plaster it on it, it'll kill all the leaves as well. So lightly spray it, and you'll get rid of them whitefly. So there's the tip of the day. A couple of drops of, like I say, little drops of washing up liquid, and you save yourself a fortune buying the equivalent in B&Q or Wilco's. So save your money, and if you use your noggin, that's one of the ways to get rid of whitefly. I think it works with greenfly as well. Basically smothers them because they breathe through the skin, and it basically covers the skin when you spray it, and that's what kills them. Anyway, as you saw there, we're going to be taking the garlic out shortly, and also we're going to be taking the onions and the celeriac, and I'm going to work on that bed because it needs a lot of work on it, and we're going to put something else in there. I've not decided what exactly yet, but we're going to do that in the next episode, so tune in and you'll see what we do there. Also, we'll be lifting the Thermidor, Germidor and the Marco garlic out. Now, I know it isn't good. I've got a funny feeling it's not as good as it normally is. But then again, we put it in late in the year, and well, we'll just wait and see. I might be wrong. It might be okay. However, the elephant garlic, again, I'm going to be lifting that in a couple of weeks. I think Nigel and Nick put theirs in a couple of weeks earlier than me, so obviously I'm a couple of weeks behind. Nigel just took his Nigel Muddy Boots, that is, just took his elephant garlic out. It looked alright, so I'm sure that Nigel and Nick from Nick's Allotments would be curious to know how the elephant garlics do. So another week or two and they'll be out, and we'll see if they did any good. There is a story behind that, and they both come to my rescue. What it was, I had a load of the cloves in my greenhouse at home, and I was going to bring them down, and I went in one particular morning and I thought, where's all my garlic gone? All my seed garlic. So I went into the house. I says, you're not seeing the garlic, what was in the greenhouse? She says, oh yes, it was lovely that. She'd only cooked it. She says, what you've been eating, think you've been eating for the last couple of weeks? I thought, bloody hell. Anyway, that was it, no garlic. Anyway, I was telling Nigel, Muddy Boots, and he says he might have some, and then he found out all his was damaged, but Nick from Nick's Allotments had a load of them, and he sent me some, and he obviously sent Nigel some. So me and Nigel really have got Nick to thank for the garlic, so we'll have to wait and see what that looks like. But generally the plot's doing really well. There's the flowers and the fruits doing well. The raspberries there, I'm not stopped. Every time I go past them grabbing an handful, and the gooseberries. I have picked one or two. So they didn't get through the gate though. We'll be lifting some spuds as well shortly. They'll be almost ready now. But yeah, that's generally what the plot's looking like, and we will be doing lifting the onions out next week. I did take a couple of onions. I fancy some cheese and bacon with onions tonight. So, and the onions that I've got in the house, we bought them from Asda, and they're horrible. There's no taste to them. However, these ones I've just lifted, I just took a couple of small ones, and I can't wait to get them into me for me tea. So anyway, that's what we've been doing. I will say there's another thing as well I want to ask you guys. It's an SOS really, and what it is, over the last 4 or 5 months I noticed a lot of you guys who do the videos have not been making a lot of videos, so I've not got nothing to watch. So I do know there's a few of you that tune in to watch my videos. Let us know if you've got an allotment channel or something like that, and I'll come over and visit you and say hello. So yeah, leave a comment at the bottom of the video, because I'm looking to, for more. I mean, I love my garden. I love watching people starting off with the plot and doing what they do, and from time to time I pick up little tips. I mean, they're ideal. The YouTube, it's ideal for picking up tips and helping help each other out. So if you've got a channel, and like I say, you do allotment videos, leave a link and I'll pop over and see you. Right, so I've talked long and hard and long enough. So that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you real soon. Goodbye for now.